Good morning, Magicals. So we are coming up to the spring equinox. So I thought that what we would do is I'm going to do the reading up front now because we also are going into eclipse season, guys. I will do readings for each of the eclipses. We've got a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. I believe the lunar eclipse is in Pisces and that one's first. Okay. But here's the thing. I'm doing this today for a couple of reasons. I've been trying to give you guys a little bit more of a heads up around not just the actual channeling of the energy, but also about a little bit of the astrology to understand why things are happening and why they're playing out. Because when we can work with the energy, it's more beneficial than us trying to swim upstream and trying to fight it. Okay, so I have been trying to do that. Now, one of the things I want to say about this at the moment, we go into the spring equinox soon, like in about a week's time, right? Why this is important is because it becomes a massive reset for us. There is a reason that the two equinoxes hold so much power, and why those of us who celebrate nature and the cycles and the Wiccans and the pagans and all that, there's a reason we honor this shifting of energy. It's because it's a gear change. Okay, it's like coming out of autumn, we need to change gear. We need to go from first into second, to start looking at getting up the hill towards spring, right? When we go into autumn, we are down gearing because we are going into a space of quiet and hibernation. Here we're kicking into action now. Okay, the spring equinox brings to us fresh beginnings, new starts. It's that energy that's starting to play out. All of the work we've been doing with the retrogrades, that doesn't change. We keep continuing to do that because we've still got all the retrogrades coming up. And in fact, I'm going to do a reading on this as well. Uranus is going retrograde as well. So Mercury, thank God, is now out of shadow period. Okay. And we are now in a space of the other four planets plus Chiron is still retrograde. In fact, Chiron's in retrograde the longest. That's our wounded healer. We spoke about that in the 5 retrograde reading. But what I want to say around the equinox is that it is a time for us to clear out and to start afresh. Okay, so whatever, and I mean this energetically, right? Not just, it could be physically for you guys. It could mean that you do need to sort out your homes and all of that, because I sure as shit have been trying to do that. But this is more about an energetic kind of vibe. So what I want to say to you around this is that we do create stagnant energy in our spaces when we are doing healing. Okay. And what I mean by that is there can be residual healing or residual energy left in our space after we've done a certain amount of work. It is always good to clear that out, to get chakras aligned, cord cuts, all sorts of things. Right. It's a refurbishing, like a little spring clean of our energy. Okay. But more than understanding that we need to clear out our energy, we need to change our energy and our thought processing into one of expansion and growth. Spring brings that to the table for us. Okay? Just look at nature. Take your cue from nature, right? Plants are starting to spring. It's been, okay, I'm cold today, which is why I've got the shawl on. Mother Nature's gone. I'd just like to remind you that. And I'm like, oh God, we've had such beautiful sunny days and it's been so much warmer. But it's about us really realigning with the energies around us. When we work with the natural cycles, things flow. We are not, again, sitting in resistance. Okay, so I do want to say that we need to start looking at our equinoxes very seriously, because our solstices and our equinoxes are big shifts of energy for us. They're not just, funky kind of, old words that, sound fabulous and sound all magical and woo-woo. They are massive shifts of energy for us to play into and to work with. Okay, I do just want to say something though. I had a good chuckle. I was watching one of my favorite astrology readers yesterday, and he was uber excited because he's had a rough Mercury retrograde as well. He's overseas, and he had a really rough Mercury retrograde as well. And he was like, Mercury's finally out of retrograde since it came into retrograde in 1914. Like, it's been a rough one, guys. It's been really rough for a lot of us, and it hasn't helped with all the other stuff going on. However, we've still got the positive stuff, and we're using that moving forward. We've got Venus moves into Leo today. We've got a couple of planets in Aries. Mars, I think, is in Aries. No, maybe Mars isn't in Aries. I think Mars is in Libra, actually. But there are a lot of energies around us now getting into our self-worth. We've got two or three planets in Leo now, which is about us moving into our self-worth and our self-growth. Okay, we grow when we are thriving. We grow when plants are not thriving. They don't grow. They don't bloom. Okay, exactly the same energy. Right. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a quick little check-in with Kelso if we need to know anything about the energy. But going into this equinox season, it's going to be important that we shift gears and start getting ready to start taking action. So we've been doing this for a while. I've been saying this to you for a while with all of the retrogrades. Put your plans in motion. Start taking action for what you're wanting to see come out. And this is just a continuation of it. But we are now coming out of hibernation. We go out of winter and into spring. And so it's a whole mental shift that we need to take now and make as well. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm having a bit of fun with my laptop at the moment. I need to actually contact the guy. He hasn't come back to me with a quote for a camera, but I do need to do that. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do a little card reading after this, and then I will be doing just a small personalized spring equinox reading. What do you need to personally know? What do you need to, how do you need to up gear in order for you to facilitate this transition of energy? Okay, so I'm going to just quickly tune in with Kelso and see what messages that we need to know. Okay, so he's saying very clearly this is a decluttering of time now. Makes complete sense. He's saying all the work that you've done now, you need to now release the old stuck stuff, let it go in order to receive the new. So that could be those cupboards that you haven't been doing. It could be just actually clearing out your energetic system and clearing your aura, because when we do our energy in our energy healing, like I said to you, that energy remains in our space, okay, unless it's cleared out of our space. But more than anything, he's saying, like, actually clear physical spaces. He's saying this is a beautiful time at this point to connect in with nature. He's very specifically saying to me, pay attention to what nature is showing you, right? What he means by that is that interesting. Be in tune with your body. So, for example, I'm using an analogy with nature, right? If there is rain, the rain hydrates the earth, it nourishes it. Are you hydrating and nourishing yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? When you're seeing the plant starting to bloom, he's showing me like little buds opening. Are you in alignment with that opening energy? Because it's a collective energy, it's a universal energy out there, okay? So are you in alignment with that opening energy that's coming out for us, right? He's saying take the lead from nature. Try and be very conscious of it. It's like with us going into this 5D energy, we are needing to pay more attention to nature itself, okay? This is not just about us living outside of nature. We are one with it. We are part of the ecosystem. And he's saying you need to learn to actively engage with nature in ways that you maybe haven't done before. So if you're a gardener, great, spend time in it. But this is about bigger picture stuff. He's saying it's now really about looking at the details of what nature is showing us. Just like when we get to autumn, we know that when the leaves shed, it's time to let go. We are now starting to grow and develop. What do you need to do in order to bloom? Okay, is what he's saying. He's saying it's really simple, and it's always the basic stuff. He's like, meditation over these big periods are really, really, really important important activities, meditations, even just listening to frequencies. If you listen to that frequency music, just to like kind of get yourself in alignment. For those of us who are really like feel that kind of stuff, I often will do shamanic. I'll listen to shamanic music or Nordic Viking kind of goddess music, whatever works for you, but tune into those spaces. Okay, and with the weather clearing up, spend more time outside. I'm spending a lot of time. Even last night it started raining, and I took my cup of tea and I went and sat on my veranda under the trees with the lights off, a cup of tea, and I just sat and listened to the rain coming down and hitting the leaves. It was just beautiful. That kind of energy. That's going to start refilling our cups. Okay, with all the transitions and the things that are happening, not just within ourselves, but within the collective, we are now being called to activate the nature gene is what he's calling it. Actually, he's saying the nature gene. Okay. All right. So first and foremost, for the reading, we're going to go into the reading. I'm going to do the... Okay, I have pre-shuffled everything. I just have to laugh. Because this is one of my goddesses. This is one of my triple goddesses that I work with all the time. It's Morrigan. And I picked up the deck to say we're using the thing, and she just slid off. So I'm going to take her. Death and Magic, Morrigan. Now, Morrigan is, it's a 3 and 7, which is 10, which is a 1 energy. It's a new beginning. With death comes rebirth, right? So this is saying to us, tune into the magic of the new season. Let the old go. It's done. Autumn, winter, we're done. When I say autumn and winter, I know I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about the energetic energies of those seasons, right? We are now preparing to move into the next one. I can't believe she just slipped out. So I'm taking that as a thing. Right, let's just see what other goddess wants to come through for us. Bearing in mind that growth and birthing of things is a very feminine, divine feminine energy, right? Springtime is very much about, that's exactly it, growth and all the new little babies coming out that we see, the little birdlings hatching. The bird life here at the moment is beautiful. It's going crazy. We had 2 massive eagles flying over the other day. And then everyone goes on to small dog and cat alert. There we go. Thank you. Right, we have the Egyptian goddess Isis. Rebirth. I mean, you couldn't have chosen a better card. I'm not lying. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. 24, 2 and 4 is 6. 6 is the number of self, one of the numbers of self, as well as 8. It's also about partnerships. In the tarot, the Lovers is the 6th card. 6 of coins, reciprocity, what you give is what you get. 6 of swords, moving to easier, calmer waters. 6 of pentacles is give and take. 6 of wands is victory after a battle. 6 of cups is about reminiscing the past. Okay, so they're all not, the 6s are very like kind of not bad energies at all. 6s are actually a beautiful energy, but it's about us letting go. I mean, look, death and rebirth. Okay, I mean, you can't make this up, guys. I'm sorry, you just can't make this up. So the goddesses Morrigan and Isis are with us. There are lots of beautiful, especially my Steve Noble guy. He has got some beautiful Isis meditations and transmissions. I haven't seen a Morrigan one from him yet, but there are Morrigan messages and songs and things like that online, because I do listen to 1 or 2 of them every once in a while. Okay, so since we're going into spring, our general energy is going to be this Rose Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. What do we need to know? Okay, I just want one more. Sorry, there were 2 cards there, and Kelso said the top one, not the bottom one. So I've got the top one. I just want to see if there's one more, because I feel like there's one more card coming out. Any day now. Okay. Again, can't make this up. Right, so the 2 cards that have come out, the second one that we were waiting for, the Bud. Potential, promise, it's about to happen, keep going. Okay. First card out. The second card out is the Wild Rose. Do it your way, embrace your uniqueness and untamed. Right. So it's exactly what I'm saying to you here. Like at the end of the day, we are moving into the space of growth now. Now, here's the thing. I always say to you that wisdom is knowledge in action. All of the healing that you've done, all of the work that you've done, all the lessons that you've learned in the last couple of months, now is the time to start putting that into action. So where do you hold yourself back? All the self-worth that you've been working on, right? This is saying step into your authenticity. Guys, there is a huge energy at the moment calling for us to have our voices heard. And what I mean by that is our authentic voices, not just to speak for the sake of speaking, but very much about us blooming into the people that we're meant to be. That's why I keep on doing these videos, so that we can get into this energy. And it's not just for you guys, it's also for me. It's a reminder for me that, you know, I've also got to do the decluttering. I've also got to work on certain things. I mean, you know, I've always been blatantly honest with you about my journeys, and now I'm really trying to dig very deep into what kind of patterns are going to limit me from moving forward, right? Because I've decided this week I'm taking on a whole lot of new challenges that I would normally not want to do, but I'm going to do it. So it's about breaking down that stuff. It's about starting to bloom in your own way, and not conceding to other people's, not conceding, well, I suppose conceding, but not playing into other people's expectations and you know, dreams and hopes and things for you. It's about you really creating the life that you want, right? That's really important at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to ask as a collective what the shift is. I'm using one of my absolute favorite decks for this. I love this deck so much. The Chrysalis Tarot. This deck is just magnificent. I don't use it enough. But I felt that the term Chrysalis, it was just one of those decks because there's a lot of, it's nature-based. So I thought this would be a really good one for us to tune into with spring and see. Okay, Kelso. What is the shift that we need to be aware of with the change of gears here? What is the shift that we need to be aware of? Okay, is there any more? I think there's one more card. He lied, there were two. Okay. Right. What did I speak to you about the sixes and the Six of Pentacles? What's come up? The Six of Pentacles. Right. So first two cards out. The Six of Stones, Six of Pentacles, and the Companion, who is it's the King of Wands. Okay. The Six of Pentacles, I'm going to say to you with this, is because of, I don't know, this image kind of is showing me like how weighted it is. It's evenly weighted on either side. Okay. What the energy I'm getting from this is that look at where you're placing your energy. Okay, I normally say that to you around the Seven of Pentacles, but this is very much a feeling of making sure that what you're putting your energy into is going to be something that is going to give energy back. Now, I get, like, I'm really full on doing a whole lot of things that I'm going to be launching up until like a year's time. Like I'm really doing work behind the scenes here. And one of the reasons I've actually taken a step back from being on the videos and all of that has also been because I have unleashed an entire new layer of creativity within myself. And in doing so, have released a whole lot of comfort zones and things like that I've needed to shed, which is why I've needed to take a little bit of a step back in order to do that. Okay. But I'm still putting into action things that I'm wanting to launch and to bring into existence in every form, way, shape, or form. Okay. But I know that in the effort that I'm putting in is going to be rewarded at some point. This is that energy. What he's saying about the shift, it's bringing us clarity on where to place our energy, what is reciprocal, what isn't reciprocal. Okay, this could be people, it could be jobs, it could be friendships, it could be anything. Okay, get rid of the dead weight now. I started this whole little video off by saying to you, it's time to release. The King of Wands is really, really passionate. He's creative. He's fiery. I need to say this, and I do not want a single person to go in. I can already feel the energy. I can feel that there's going to be a resistance to this comment. The new energy that we are moving into requires creativity of us. It's that simple. We are moving into an era now where our magic, a big part of our magic is our creativity. And that is just it. And people say, oh, I'm not creative. I'm not creative. Well, first of all, have you tried? Okay, you can't try one or two things that you see as creative and go, oh, yeah, no, I can't do those. You know, it might be the 50th thing that you try, but there'll be something there that you align with. Okay, now here's the thing. You cannot tell me you are not creative when you have a chakra system, and I've said this to you guys before, that requires creativity. Your sacral chakra in particular, which is the seat of your emotions and the seat of your manifestations. Okay, that is our manifestation womb space. Male or female, doesn't matter. That's our womb space, okay, for our manifestations. It is required for that. The other cracker throat is our throat chakra. Now that it requires for our authenticity, which is what this whole thing is about. This whole timeline that we're on now, this whole story that we've been going through all of these years, is to get us to our authentic self. Okay, the King of Wands knows how to use his creativity. He's passionate, he's fun, he's exciting, he's curious, right? He will try anything once. Aries energy, particularly, but most of the fire signs are pretty courageous. They're like, yeah, we'll give it a bash. Particularly Aries, though. And what I'm going to say is, it's that kind of energy that you're needing to seek out. Okay, so this shift is calling us to use that inner space of ours, that fiery, passionate kind of creative side. But also, before we start throwing ourselves into things, making sure that they are balanced and that they are reciprocal. Okay, then we have Psyche, okay, and Mart. So we've got like two major arcana coming out straight afterwards, okay? This here is the world. Psyche is the world. Okay, Psyche ended up, if I'm not mistaken, no, that's Persephone. I've got the wrong person. Psyche is the ending of the cycle. And again, exactly this. This is exactly this. Death, rebirth. Psyche is exactly that. It's the ending of a cycle with a victory at the end of it. You have got Mart, another Egyptian goddess, right? Saying justice is going to prevail, karma. What you put in is what you're going to get out. Okay, we are ending a cycle now. This equinox is coming, is bringing a cycle to end that is going to bring in the justice. What you have put in is what you will get out. It will be evenly balanced. Okay, karma will be coming your way, guys. Karma, again, please, for those who are a little bit unclear on it, karma is the balancing of stuff. It is not punishment. Okay, is an equal reaction to something that has happened, an equal reaction to an action. So this is giving us a fresh start. It's our rebirth. It's allowing us that. The Four of Cups, okay? I'm saying to you, in the traditional Four of Cups, there is a hand offering a cup, but the person is so focused on what is in front of them that they are apathetic and are not being vigilant about seeing the signs and seeing that there is a cup being offered. With this rebirth, with this ending, okay, I really believe that. Also, remember Kelso said, look for the signs and synchronicities through nature, right? I really believe that this is offering us a fresh start, and opportunities will start coming in, but we need to be vigilant about seeing it. Okay, we cannot be apathetic or if we are not going to be able to see that. Okay, you'll miss things if you are still stuck in old storylines and old timelines. So go through this. Go through it. Let it go. Let it all go. It should. The world card, although it talks about the ending of a cycle, it is a victorious ending at the end of the day. There, look at her. She's metamorphosized into this beautiful button. Look at those wings. Standing on what looks like a sunflower. Okay, there's a huge metamorphosis happening for our benefit. Right, okay. Okay, how do we navigate this, please, Kelso? How do we navigate this? Another 6. You got the 6 of scrolls here. That's 6 of swords. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. Anything else? Interesting. Okay, I mean, the cards are just spectacular. All right, so another 2 major arcana here. So we've got the 6 of scrolls. That is technically the 6 of swords. Okay. Now, 6 of swords traditionally is moving on from choppy waters. It's so funny that I brought up all the 6s earlier, right? You've had 2 6s already, right? So this is saying that understanding, because traditionally in it, and even in this, you can see she's leaning on this, they're almost consoling each other. She's like getting some kind of energy from the elephant, right? She's getting some kind of solace and console. I do want to say this though. The 6 of Swords traditionally has spirit leading a woman and a child into calmer waters. Okay. How we navigate this, we follow spirit's lead. Okay. We let them assist us in doing what we need to do. We're walking away from our programming. Bella Rossa. Okay. This is the devil energy. Again, look at her. Bella Rossa here has got masks and all of that. It's like very masquerade-ish. It's a beautiful card. It's actually one of the most beautiful devil cards I've ever seen. But it's saying to you, you're being led away from that which is not authentic. She's holding a mirror, right? Show the world who you are. That's how we navigate this. We overcome whatever challenges are preventing us from showing the world who we are. This is judgment, the call. Look at that phoenix rising. Death, rebirth. Death, rebirth. Entrapment, freedom. Okay? It's quite simple. It's quite a simple, plain message here. We are going to navigate this by setting ourselves free, and mentally so. You've got the 9 of scrolls straight afterwards, the 9 of swords, which is self-imposed anxiety. Okay? You can see the angel hanging over this, like, I don't want to say sarcophagus. It's not a sarcophagus. It's like a pillar, and feeling woe is me. Right? Don't overthink. Right? Nature doesn't think. It just does. If it's time to sprout buds, it sprouts buds. If it's time to losing leaves, it doesn't regret or mourn the leaves that it loses. Intrinsically, in its infinite wisdom, the tree knows that it will come back stronger the next year with more leaves that are just as beautiful. It doesn't hold on to it. It's this kind of energy here, guys. This is a huge time for us to activate a rebirth within ourselves, an authentic one filled with passion and creativity. I cannot explain enough how important creativity is going to be moving forward for everybody. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you please pay attention to even if you don't listen to me, right? Don't give a shit. I do care though that you're paying attention to the changing of the seasons, because moving into spring is an opportunity that we very seldom take. We go, oh yeah, look, it's new life. It's this, but we very seldom really take the opportunity to sit with this energy, build an altar, do a spring altar, and it's not about religion and things like that. It's an honoring the actual cycle. Right? I am going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to be doing first time ever. I'm doing it. I'm going to be doing a ritual of release around autumn and winter and saying thank you. In fact, I'm going to do winter. I should have done autumn back then. So I'll do a release of of winter. Sorry, giving gratitude for what's happening and taking it from that. Okay, but I'm truly letting go and I'm truly embracing. It's going to be a departure of winter and an invitation to spring, for spring to step in and all of that. It's going to be a big one. And I would say for those of you who want to, on the 1st of September, I would energetically take a broom and energetically sweep out the last months and all of that. I'm on the 1st of spring. I'm actually going to not just do a sweeping out of August with gratitude and love. I'm going to sweep out the whole of winter with it as well, and welcome in the spring. And we do that by energetically sweeping out all of the doors in your house, not just one. You go through all of the doors in your house, and then you go and stand outside and you blow. And I'm going to blow cinnamon into the house, welcoming in abundance in all forms and whatever spring brings into the table for me. Okay, so guys, much love to you. I hope that this has helped in some way, and I will be back as soon as I can. But I'm sending you so much love, guys. Big loves.